Hey there, I just want to make a quick video on this car I'm working on here. This is a Mercedes four-wheel drive E350 sedan, 2007. And I don't normally work on these things, but a friend of mine wanted to hire me to put rear wheel bearings in this car. I found very sketchy information online. I found one YouTube video which was helpful, but it talked about, see if I can get a picture of it up in there, disconnecting this CV joint up here. But it must be a different model or older model that was bolted on. This doesn't bolt on, it slides in. So it wasn't an option to take the CV out of the bearing before getting it out. What they were doing is putting a slide hammer in there, but you can't put it in there because it doesn't come out. So what I did was I put, like I do sometimes on these, is I put a slide hammer adapter on. Show you from this other side here maybe. Got this pile of stuff here. This guy here. So I put this guy on there and bolted on there with the wheel bolts. I hammered on it for like 15 minutes till I was tired, and then I decided to add more weight. So what I did was I grabbed some scrap brake rotors I had on the back, and I slid them on the shaft and I hammered it with these brake rotors. And you can see what happened is I hit it so hard that I shattered the brake rotors, and it still wasn't coming out. So what I had done yesterday was I ordered a tool. The back side of these, see if I can show you this. This is really hard to do. That's a E12 external Torx bit. Now, what I had for external Torx bits was the standard Lyle set, which is like this. And these have these, let's see if I can get one out of here with one hand. These have these bulges that bulge out on the side here where the 3/8 goes in. And that was interfering with the CV joint. So what I ended up doing was, I am shopping a lot on this job. I ended up getting this guy here, which is a long e-torx socket, which I ended up buying in a set on Amazon. Ended up spending like $90 on it. I bought this whole set, which is really nice. I really only need that one socket for this job though, but I'm sure I'll use some of these in the future. So anyway, what I did was I took the brake rotor off. I got the e-brake parts out. There's other videos on that on YouTube. And then what I did was I took a punch like this right in the center and the little divot, and I punched the axle back in there to get it to move. And then I took my nut, I screwed it on there, I ran it back on there to pull. Camera quit recording because it ran out of memory. So I ran this back on to pull it towards me, and then I hammered it back in basically, and I was spraying some penetrating oil in there. You can use whatever you like. I like the Schaefer's Penetro. Some people use Croyle, whatever. Just to work it back and forth, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbolt this bearing from the back side, and it has to slide off that shaft in order to get it off, because I can't. The manual from the factory says use a special Mercedes puller to pull this off the hub, and then that'll let the axle float around in there to be able to get to those fittings. I couldn't get it off, so what I did was I used this socket here. It fits perfect. It's pricey. I don't know if there's another way to get it, maybe. But it fits perfect. And so what I've been doing is I did the other side already. is I've been backing these out. First of all, I back them out until they're about even with the flange on all four. You kind of do it evenly. And then what I do is I'll take and I'll hammer on this a little bit from all four sides just to start walking this out. The reason why I have to do these a little bit at a time is that the heads of the other side of these bolts will hit the CV shaft and start running into it and won't turn anymore. So you got to kind of walk it all the way out. I'll show you the other side here that I got set up already. This is the side I have off. There's Loctite on these too, so they're really tight. But you can see I can't even push these back really in any more than that with that CV joint in there. So anyway, I thought I'd post this video. Just maybe it might help somebody else out like me. Maybe you'll have the right tools for the job instead of having to order things online and next day ship them on Amazon Prime, stuff like that. So, all right, thank you. One more thing I wanted to add is that when you do this bearing, you're supposed to clean out, there's a drain hole right under the bearing right here. I'll show you the other side. You almost can't see it in that picture that I just did. But here's the other side. I've cleaned it out. You can see that there's a notch right here. This is supposed to allow water that gets in behind here to be able to run out instead of getting built up in here, I guess. There's a lot of corrosion in here. It took me a little while to clean this out. I had to use a small screwdriver and a chisel to chisel it out of there, all the corrosion that was in there. So I wanted to add that too.